Anyway, 2014, Monday, 43 seconds, 2021, the month, 8th month, August, and the day, the second day. And so here's part two. We'll just keep on going. I seem to be starting to rambling on now, so let us ramble on. And I'm also curious as to the volume, whether this is going to pick up or not. So I suppose if I move everything closer, we'll have a test and see if the volume's a little bit more, and now it needs to be a little bit higher. So I'll just kind of I'm putting it on this toilet here. I'll just kind of put it like this, I guess. That's fucked up. That's fucking sucks. So let's put that on top of there and see what happens now. Thing's just kind of dangling in the wind, so there we are. There we are. So yeah. Like I said, whenever I'm back here in the backyard talking, we got a public easement right there in the backyard, a fence right there, public bike path where all the Republicans walk. So, you know, a lot of times I just consider this like live radio, man. Just open up the voice, let it rip, say whatever wants to be said, and a little bit caution in there, but you know, for the most part, just kind of feel the energy to see what the universe wants to get away with. That's basically what. You know, and to put it in terms that you can relate to, you know, because the existence just does whatever it wants anyway, so it doesn't really ask for your permission. And a lot of it's all robot controlled. So now I'm just gonna go back over here, get some more wood and throw it up. So the latest thoughts and revelations I'm having, you know, is every day is a study for me, folks. So I'm like a scientist and a doctor, a professor and teacher and all that other fucking shit. Except I'm a naturopath. I'm not hooked in with the latest. You know, I'm here to expose all the shit that's gone wrong in the system instead of just go along to get along with it. And there's a lot of people like that in history. You know, when you start looking into it, people who wrote books and shit. I mean, they're just all natural whistleblowers. They don't really give a shit whether you like it or not. Because, you know, when shit goes on for time and time again, and it's obvious that everybody's fucking tired of it, and there's only a few that want to say something, speak up. So that's usually what it gets down to. There has to be some care there, because even the people that don't want to speak up, they don't want it spoken up either, because it kind of puts them in fear, like, well shit, they're gonna come get us all now, brother, you better shut up for our cause, you know. And so, you know, I'm sensitive to that shit, but when something really just needs to come out, I mean, it just comes out, it doesn't matter. That could be used as a manipulation tool, and that could be one of the robot thoughts that's being sent into the brain to try to control me, so that things don't get out and get brought to balance. So it's all a what if could be scenario for me. know a little bit more and have more certainty and surety. The difference, like I said, the latest study I'm on, the difference, how to tell the difference between the soul and the robot. How to tell the difference between the soul and the robot. Think on that for a little bit. Let's repeat that one over and over. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to look into to see what the difference is, to tell when and when we're being robot controlled and when the actual soul is coming out of us? Wouldn't it be nice to be conscious to that every time it happens? So in order to be conscious with it every time it happens, we have to be at least conscious with it at least, you know, a little bit and have it become like a repetitive thing eventually so that it can be a second nature thing. Anyway, so we threw another couple more long pieces over toward the saw, and now we're going to saw them again. As we got 6 minutes left, 6 minutes into the video, it'll automatically stop at 10. So. Not only is there a public bike path back here, and all the Republicans can listen in as they choose, or whether there'll be all kinds of people riding by on their bicycles, skateboards, or scooters, and some of them will be singing down the sidewalk. Some of them will have radios playing. Some will just be a couple, and they'll be talking to each other, and you'll hear all kinds of shit, whether you want to hear it or not. So it's the same idea. They're going to hear all kinds of shit from this side, whether they want to hear it or not. So you see what I'm saying? And when you think of it, it ain't no different for someone turning the radio on or setting the TV up out here in the backyard. Someone's going to hear it whether they wanted to hear it or not, because it's between 7 o'clock in the morning and 10 o'clock at night, and if you got to grind down some governmental branches with your imaginary wood chipper, that's somewhat, all the cops know that, you know, hey, you know, it's summertime. We had a bad winter, the trees are down, you need to grind them down, ground down some overgrown governmental branches, make some noise. You know, it's kind of like the way it is. So there is a delicate balance of going overboard with it, but, you know, hey, so you go overboard, so you learn, so you look for more balance. You know, you get complaints. It might stir shit up with the neighbors or someone, people in the public over there, they might get stirred up with it. So it's just, you know. So there's a sensitivity that wants to come in there and say, hey, you know, remember we're dealing with people's souls too, as well as communicating with the robot. And so, you know, sometimes it's just appropriate just to quiet down quickly and listen and feel the air. And just feel the air. Those are some of the techniques that I've seen, that I've experienced when I'm back here. You know, and there might be some extracurricular activity going on with it. So. Yeah, so we're probably close to 10 minutes here. Yeah, got 50 seconds left. Oh, got a little piece right here. So anyway, you know, one of the favorite things of all time for me, you know, and it's just like music. It's coming out in the backyard or the front yard of this nice little free speech place that I like to call it. Internationally universal lean on this little spot right here. So it's a little something special than the average yard. Because there's registered mail affidavits backing up acquiescence and agreement to overcome human rights violations. So, you know. I was going somewhere with that. We got